Hello there. I am back again, and I want to talk about a couple of things. Actually, not really a couple of things. A thing that is just recently just popped out in my feed, and which is Soulslike. And if you know what I'm talking about, someone actually talked about Soulslike fatigue is actually kicking in. Apparently, Soulslike fatigue is actually a real thing. People are getting tired with Soulslike games one after another because Soulslikes are actually everywhere. And um this person, well, you don't need to actually know. I don't know why I'm actually making him anonymous. It's Moistcritical. Moistcritical says something about so it's like fatigue is actually kicking in, and I kind of actually do agree with him to some degree about it, about like having a lot of Souls like games everywhere. Mind you, I have not watched this video fully or anything. I should really watch this video. Actually, I should really watch this video. I'll be back. Okay, I'm just back from watching the video. Apparently, that whole video was actually about him ranting about Wu Chang Full and Feathers, another game that was actually kind of wanted to play for a couple of months now. But apparently, the PC port for that game actually is horrible, in a horrible state. And yeah, I agree to him to this very day that the fact that we're still getting unfinished product being released on the PC port is absolutely crazy. That's literally what I happened literally to Monster Hunter Wilds and Dragon's Dogma 2. Ever since that happened, I had very low expectation. Same goes to Cyberpunk literally happened. Any AAA games studio actually decided to provide or upload or like trying to release a new game, I will always have a very minimal expectation in terms of performance. I will always like think the performance will be dog shit, literally, no matter what. And sometimes it works. It really did. Monster Hunter Wild did actually convince me not to buy the game because of how very bad it is in terms of performance. But I want to talk about the Souls Life fatigue. We're not talking about Wu Chang, alright? Because I haven't played the game and I can't really say anything about it. But I did watch a couple of reviews about it of the game. It's like a 50-50 game, like where like it's good, sometimes it's bad. Some part of it is actually bad, but some part of it is can be really interestingly good. But like but the topic why we're talking about Wu Chang is the fact that like the Wu Chang, it feels like a very rush, like quick, it's like a very simple idea to just take the idea of Souls like to actually grab people's attention and not actually put in works into it, and just like really just release a state of the game that is really bad. No, well, he didn't technically say that. It's more like him trying to actually prove there are a lot of companies nowadays that are actually slowly changing their methods of game mechanic into Souls-like, which is some part of it is true. And it does make the game enjoyable. I think one of them actually is God of War. God of War 2018 literally changed it into a little bit of Souls-like, but I do think I can see why he actually is annoyed by this. People, because like apparently people are actually gonna say like Souls like this, Souls like that, even though the most simplest thing ever in a game, like that has similarity in the game, like something like that. And a roll mechanic where like, oh, Souls like some part of it I can agree on that. And to be honest with you, it is actually kind of a bit tiring to hear the meme over and over again. And I keep looking at the couple of people talking about Phantom Blade Zero, saying like, yes, it's not Souls like anymore. Yes, that game technically is not Souls-like, of course, but you can't deny the fact that it actually takes an inspiration of Souls-like. I don't want to be an idiot here or just telling you what is Souls-like and what's not Souls-like. I think being Souls-like is it true. What's true Souls-like is technically Dark Souls games. Those are true Souls-like games, but what's interesting about is in the gaming community is the fact that we took the formula and formulated it into something more interesting. I think that's a beautiful thing, and honestly, the fatigue is going to be there. I think it's normal because like look at FPS, like, literally FPS games are going to be the same thing, and over. You shoot things, and an enemy dies from shooting, trying to shoot back at you, but they die like an NPC. That's what Call of Duty games are nowadays. Actually, they are very boring to me to look upon now. Even the multiplayers looks very generic, to be honest with you. But if the story is great, it's great. Even Immortals of Evenum, Evenum, I don't know. That is supposed to be FPS games with magic. That still looks People don't are interested in that because like they got tired of the FPS genre games apparently. But like again, there are also games that are actually literally formulated those things to be more better. I think the best example when it comes to like better version of Call of Duty, Ultra Kill, Ultra Kill, Doom. Um, I guess I can think of that for now. But those games are actually also FPS games, but they are actually different because they actually took the original idea of the FPS and make it into a more creative way of like approaching people to get into it and more different. The idea is different, creative, like the same goes to Soulslike as well. Like Soulslike, we have Bloodborne, but now we have Lies of P. Lies of P actually use that formula, but make it more interesting to use. It's fun. There's a lot of Souls-like games that are actually really, really good, even despite being copy. Kazan, the first Berserker, Motor Shell is very generic, but it's still a good take actually. This is like one thing I like about Souls-like is the fact that it was supposed to be underrated, such a small community to actually like the genre. Souls-like, nobody even liked that because it's too hard. But somehow Souls-like become more and bigger as it is. Developers actually took this opportunity to actually try to get into the mainstream, get into people's attention. And some people make it very generic, but there are also some people are going to make really, really good ones. And I think like don't be, and I want to just tell you that don't be discouraged the fact that it's just another Souls-like game. I think like it's a good thing the fact that like the game's actually like taking upon a formula that is actually popular and that can actually like literally force developer to actually be more creative or be more what's the word, putting more effort into their own game. I think that's a good thing actually. I always welcome a game that is actually really good, but at the same time if it's just another thing as well like Elden Ring 2 copy, I don't mind that as well. I don't mind that as long as it's a little bit different and have like a really done well with the game. The game is good. I like it. I don't mind that because like we have games that are going to be rip off one to another, but people really just don't like the idea of that sometimes. When I mean the people, I mean the people on the higher ups. Like I'm not gonna say it who it is, but like recently with the patch with the guns, like this kind of stuff. Apparently, don't like the idea of like having being how they are being captured, and so they're filing a lawsuit. I don't want to say the name, but like and there's also apparently Sony apparently trying to actually put a lawsuit with Horizon Zero Dawn getting ripped off by another game called I don't know, Immortality. I don't remember the name, but it was another game that is actually similar style with Horizon Zero Dawn. And I think like why we are going to actually why are we hating on people trying to copy shit? Really, they make it clear that it is literally there that you can compare to each other. It's clear to be that are ripping it off, but like the fact that they're ripping it off and trying to actually formulate it into a different idea and trying to make it more engaging, I think it's a good thing. Like, why can't we celebrate that instead of like hating them? Like, I really am tired of this because I'm seeing bigger companies that are just taking advantage of other people who wanting, like, even if they see the little smallest slightest of like similarity and it's decided to actually like, nope, you don't get that. Nope. You're not getting all the fun that you needed, even though you just wanted to have a Super Mario Smash 2 with only Super Mario doesn't have an mustache. It's the same. Like, come on, dude. It's so not interesting. It's like art as well. Like how people are actually like, improving their art every day because their art are literally inspired by one after another. Like literally. Like come on. It's just why can't we just celebrate people's out of work? If you want to call it a ripoff, sure, it's a ripoff. Without no doubt, it's a ripoff. But like if the game is actually like doing well, then just celebrate it. Why can't we just do that, man? It just really annoys me, man. Even the Souls-like genre, I just welcome another Souls-like game even after all this Souls-like game coming out. Literally, I don't mind that at all. I have no problem. If the game is good, so be it. I'll pay for it. Literally. If not, then I won't. If the game is not good, then that's the different kind of topic that we can talk about. But yeah, Souls like fatigue, it's not really a thing I do feel actually. To be honest with you, like I think Souls like fatigue, it doesn't really actually feel exist. If you feel like you're really tired of Souls like game, don't buy the game. Don't buy any Souls like game. That's it. There's a lot tons of games that you can actually try out. There's a lot more indie games that you can play. If you don't like the Souls like, go for Witchfire. It's FPS roguelike, a roguelike game that's cool as well. There's a lot of games that are actually really cool to play out. That's the beauty of the gaming community. There's like a lot of taste or flavors that you can actually try to spoon yourself with. Okay, really, just broaden your own vision. Literally, bro. I just think it's just a little bit ridiculous. Yeah, that's all I want to talk about. Peace out, y'all. Love y'all.